Hi everyone, this is Mayank and in this video we are going to see how you can use database in your Django app. So in the previous video we already have used templates. Now for the first thing you have to go to settings. In the installed apps you have to add your app name. Okay, so the app name is lecture. Fine, so this is the first step. Check your db code also, like database. So in the database you can see my by default database is sqlite 3, so I'm using the same. Now let's come to the models.py. Let's think of a scenario. We are going to create a table of a student. So to create a table for a student you have to do like this: class student. Fine, so class student means the table name is student, and we have to write models.model, and then you have to add the fields. So what will be our first field? For example, it will be name, and we have to do like this because name, it's a character, right? So models.car field. Now here we have to use car field. In car field we have to give what will be the maximum length. So max length is equal to, let's write it 50. We have added a column. The name of the column is name and the table name is student. Now let's add another column. For example, is student. So like is a student, it can be a boolean field. Models dot boolean field. We can also give some default value, like a default is equal to true. Now let's add one more field. For example, is, so it can be models dot integer field. Okay, fine. Now let's go through only this field. I'm stopping the server for now, and we have to run some commands. For example, class student, we have to, because we have written a code. Okay, it's a db code, models code, but currently it is as just as a python file. So first we have to generate a migration file. So we can generate using this command python manage.py. We do run server earlier, right? So here we have to do make migrations. What make migrations will do, it will generate a py file which will have some operations code. Okay, here it is. You can also see id also come into the column because id comes by default in Django. Now it is we have changed models, and we have given a command to Django to generate the migration file. Now the migration file is generated. Now migration file is generated, but it is not processed in our db, right? So it is like it's just again a py file which is generated, but the thing is these tables are not created in our db. Now to make the changes to reflect in our database, we have to run the command python manage.py migrate. Okay, you can see the message running migration applying lecture.001 initial. Okay, means the database, means this table is now migrated to our database. So now let's test it. So we can use another command python manage.py cell. Now you can run cell here. So let's import this student first. So from what is the okay, you can here also you can see the suggestion lecture.models import student. Okay, so our student model is now imported. Now let's create an object. For example, let's create a s1, or let's create a student, and we will use the same one, student, and give the name is equal to, let's say, Akshay, and is student, let's make it false, and age is equal to let's make it 30. Okay, so student is object is created. Let's see if it returns anything or not. Okay, so here is the message, student object, but here it is none. Basically what is happened, we created an object, but this object is not saved in our db. So we have to run one more thing, student dot save. Now let's do the same. You can say student object 1. We can also store another student, like a student 2. Let's change the name, like make it Mayank. Let's change the student, it's true, and make the age suppose 27. Student 2 dot save. There are multiple ways to save into db, but I am using this one. We can also check the properties or field value. For example, student2 dot name, you can see Mayank. If you want to check the first student name, student1 dot name, what was that? Okay, it was only student. Yeah, student dot name. Actually, if I want to know the age of the student, then it was 30. If we want to know the age student field, then it's false. Here we have performed the create operations, but in the next video we will check how you can retrieve from the database. That's all in this video. Thank you.